live at Rivals.
Y'all not watching.
Don't give CNN too much credit.
C-SPAN. I'm just saying any news outlet. I'm saying any news outlet. This music. Let's go back to our conversation the last time we got together, and we were wondering like how the younger kids perceive racism this day. We said they don't understand it as much. One, because the books don't spell it out. Two, because I think they're so distracted with everything that's in front of them that they don't reach backwards to figure out how we got here. So in saying that, I think that there's something there.
Well, there's a section in the video where it's a short section where it shows the chaos is going on down and the kids are up glued to their phone.
Everything.
So they don't even see what's going on around them.
In the moment,
but they're being used to.
They're being distracted.
Yeah. Well, no. While they're looking at their phones, they're also being used.
Yeah, that's my point. That's the distraction. You're trying to get the next hottest thing to put on some news outlet to exploit somebody.
Yeah, they're not
to
just
exploit
looking
a
at the phone.
situation.
They're actually filming. They're filming the whole time when they're.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. You're right. Some of them are looking at their phones, but some of them are filming. You know what's happening, and then it pans up to there's like other stuff happening around them.
And then there's them dancing throughout. A lot of dancing.
This is the Roman Empire 2.0, Jack.
Right.
Yes.
Straight up.
They had the Colosseum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that the economy in our society is crumbling, but y'all watch these guys fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let animals eat them.
We could talk about that. Like, that housing crisis was a big deal.
Absolutely.
Every financial person has always said it's coming back. It's coming back. And I don't know if that's a part of this particular conversation, but if you think about what's going on in the background, a lot of people don't know.
Why we're being diverted to something else. Yeah.
When was the last time we heard from ISIS? Like, I remember when that was all.
Who is she?
Right. So I was going to say, who's ISIS?
Did we beat
know
this
her
shit?
either. I don't know her either.
Is she in the dead?
I think we broke up with them.
We done talk about them every day.
Yeah. We on the break.
It was guns a couple months ago. I know they was talking about guns. Now we on.
Well, they gonna get you off of that because they ain't going.
Yeah, they ain't gonna stay for that.
And I'm sure that's why I'm getting these survival packet suggestions on Facebook from Walmart to buy 92 days worth of
scrambled eggs.
Because they know your son likes scrambled eggs.
That is the scariest thing. I get a canister of 92 servings of scrambled eggs. Then they had 365 days worth of these big old containers of dried food. All you gotta do is hydrate it. And then the cherry on top was the water purifier. Keep in the basement just in case so that you can moisten all that dried food up and make it.
Wow.
This is what I'm getting. So what is about to happen, folks?
We can go a whole lot further than this. It was just a couple months ago when somebody in Hawaii sent a text message to everybody.
It's about to go down.
It's going down.
And we heard nothing more
Get
about
your
that
wives,
story.
get your kids.
We didn't really
Exactly.
get a whole lot of story on that story.
Nope.
What's going on, guys?
Supposedly somebody hit the wrong button.
It's a big button to miss. Can you imagine I'm on my way to the office. The hell you mean?
Yeah, right.
This is not a drill.
Right.
Well, I'm pretty sure that whatever the devastation that we're planning for that could be coming has to do with those mass graves that they've created that they're housing in rural Georgia.
Everybody knows about it. A lot of people know that
I don't know.
Enlighten me.
So they have these they look like they're bins. They're meant to store like 3 or 4 bodies so that if there's a huge catastrophic event that takes place, you don't have you pile the dead bodies in these big containers and they stack up. And I guess eventually, I don't know if they'll throw them in the water, if they're going to create some sort of big burn them, whatever the case may be. But they're building. They have them. They're waiting.
You can Google it. It's here. It's not too far from where.
So I got dry food in my recommendations. We got mass caskets. What else
We got what you need. We got
drills on.
But it's crazy. How you have mass caskets and dry hydrated food for how many days? Like either or. Either we all die, or we all planning.
Look, I'm not close enough to the coastline, so I'll be safe. But we're going to be without electricity for some span of time, apparently.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
What
Back
is
to-
going on?
Back to the Amigos.
Russia testing these bombs. Like it's going on.
North Korea and South Korea
Now they're
friends
friends again.
You know what they think? We're going to have a problem now. North Korea, South Korea friends. Chinese become friends with them. Russia get on too. We're going to do some weightlifting or something.
Looking like childish Gambino
Kind
and
of skipping
frozen.
past the fact that
Oh,
Facebook
right.
got out of here real quick. That Facebook story left it
Nobody
real
talking about
quick.
that. You're
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
What is going on is the question, bro. We just guessing right
I
now.
think that's the real question. We talk about Kanye and this song and what's hot right now. The question is what's going on.
What is going on? What are you trying to tell us?
Is it a conspiracy or is it the end of the world as we know it, or is it
Well,
the end of
to be fair,
our road?
the end of the world, like the end of the world as we know it, has already happened.
I agree.
Politics is completely washed. It is never going to be the same
I agree.
from this point forward.
I agree.
Like that's done.
And we actually kind of need that if you look at the way it's
Yeah.
going. I mean, it's a great one.
Yeah, but at the same time, within that, there's always going to be that person that's a standout that's going to come and seemingly pull it all together.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's when we know that it's really at the end time, because I think every generation feels like, oh, we in the end time.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know,
that's
but
been since-
I'm pretty sure that we're knocking it. I might not be here for it, but I might be.
Right.
Everything has changed, so I think something is changing, and we just, I don't know. There's something new coming. It might not be the end of the world,
It sure don't look like it. It feel like it.
but what our parents thought it was.
With that
And
being,
that-
My parents too.
Right.
Yeah.
with that
Everybody.
being the way we feel, so what now? What do we do? What do we do?
Well, I think in the interim, you
turn up.
you gotta have your
Turn up.
look. You better operate. You better operate in some joy. That's number one.
That's
Number
like hard.
two, you gotta be smart, because 100 bands ain't gonna be worth nothing. It sounds like you're gonna have to have property. You're gonna have to have goods. You're gonna have to have tangible items.
I actually think you're wrong.
What you think?
You gotta have guns. I think that's what this whole battle is for.
The race to
The
arms.
person who has the deed to the land, you think? What's the movie with Denzel Washington?
I am. Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
Yeah.
I love that movie. He who has the power runs this. He who has the land. Okay, that's your land. Cool. Give it here. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'll take
who got
that.
the biggest guns?
Who got the biggest gun?
Them folks who got that PS4
AR-15.
controller, and they play with them droids from Washington D.C.
See, you can buy all the AR-15s.
You can buy all the-
Right.
If they Android decide they want to
Okay.
fly over to your house, you can.
Scratch my idea. We're buying guns.
I really
I
do
stay
think
strapped.
that's why people are
Should.
real up in arms about these. Everybody feels like this shift coming, and so people like the story didn't get covered, but I forget what state it was in. It was Texas or somewhere around those regions where they took over. They took over a lot of land.
I remember
And
that. I
they
think it was
held
either
that-
Texas or Oklahoma.
They held that land by force of gun and dared the government to come in
get in.
and remove it.
And they did, didn't they?
No, they
What was
said,
it?
I never
They
saw the end
did.
of that
They
story.
didn't get a. It wasn't like a big Waco, Texas takeover.
Okay.
But those guys, I think they went to jail. We can follow up.
But here's the thing: we don't even know. That's the part that's
The end
never
of
got
that
a
story
resolution.
never
We don't get
really
a
got
resolution for that.
publicized.
We can take it back to the Indian tribe thing and
absolutely
They sure took that.
And
The
they
entire
showed
country.
still oil all over those folks' sacred land.
right.
They said it was gonna happen and it didn't. But we didn't get no coverage on that.
Right.
Well, we did, but of course it was like in
Limited.
the middle of
Limited.
like it's a
Limited.
small segment.
What? I'm more
Let me
concerned
ask y'all
about
this. Go ahead.
Tristan's baby with
Khloe
Chloe,
Kardashian.
and well, I'm serious. And what's going on with John Legend and him having a baby with whoever, and what she cooked for dinner? Like, I'm more concerned about that than I am about what's happening in Texas and
Can I tell
land
you
being taken over.
something? And I kind of cringed, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, even if it comes back. But anyway, a really, 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 really good friend of mine. We see our little thing online where somebody's talking about, if I see one more picture of Khloe Kardashian showing her baby bump, I'ma be, so mad. She was so offended. She hardly ever shows her stomach. I'm thinking, how the hell do you know?
Oh, so that means you trolling already. Like, that means that's already part of your...
And first of all, you so passionate about this. Are y'all friends? Why do we care? And then I had to question, like, I'm connected to people that care.
You have friends that care.
That's family kind of friend. And
That
you
cares
worried about that, Bob?
what Chloe's doing.
Man, I heard a long time ago. Go ahead, Bob.
Go ahead. I'll
No,
go.
I was gonna say I heard a long time ago that people are sheep and sheep are dumb. They just need a shepherd, and they'll put whatever shepherd in front of you that they have to. Khloe, Courtney, Kim. It's not fair to the Kardashians, but there's a whole bunch of shepherds that they put in front of you.
Right.
And I think I asked Q on the artist, like, what is the purpose of us doing this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And you hit on something. They just need a shepherd, and it goes back to us being believers and who our shepherd is.
Sure.
I think guns can be a priority. What's really going on can be a priority. Conspiracy can be a priority. Distraction can be a priority. It's gonna all crumble and fall can be a priority. But I think what's missing or what's not a priority is our faith and what we really believe in. Because we can go get all the guns we want to. Dre told us 10 years ago they got something that'll blow our back out from across the way.
Brooklyn, you won't even know it's there.
Exactly.
I don't have a back.
And if they want your land, what do they call that? Eminent domain?
Yeah.
They come
They've
and
been
get
snatching lands, but you
Exactly.
don't know this.
Exactly.
I think that goes back to my point as far as I don't think that land ownership means anything when it all goes down, but I'm talking about it now in the aspect of building wealth. It doesn't even have to be that. It could be just
Right.
doing and creating for your own
Absolutely,
and using
absolutely.
that to get what I would consider somewhat tangible goods that might be actually worth something. Because the bulk of what we have these days are what they're selling us through these ads and that we're being a chic to. It has to do with fashion. It has to do with fad. We have to have the latest phone. We have these new smartwatches.
Yep.
Well, it's all stuff that has
everything.
to change
Game consoles.
every now and then. Like, land doesn't change. Like, there's certain things that are consistent.
So that's the people in Hawaii today.
Well, yeah, true. But my point is that, like, if you're selling me on fashion or selling me on cars or selling me on things that have to get upgraded at some point, that money's going to keep recycling. There's never going to be a point where I own this. It means nothing anymore. This watch is nothing anymore. I got to get the next model. But land or something, of that nature,
Right.
even having families,
Right.
that doesn't change.
Well, let me say it again. Tell that to the people in Hawaii today.
Well,
like,
yeah.
it can change, especially if what we're talking about is on the horizon.
Right.
Look at the people in New Orleans. Their whole world flipped upside down, and it's a whole new crop of people living in a lot of those areas right now. We see it every day in our own neck of the woods. Like, there's change coming where
Yeah.
you
Look
don't
out,
see
Stone Mountain.
those property taxes raised to a point where now you can't hold on to it.
Well, so I'm going to play conspiracy sister on that one and say,
Conspiracy
yes. Conspiracy sister on that one and say that, especially, we know about gentrification and all that kind of good stuff, that there are laws and different things that happen that get passed to help move us out of certain neighborhoods.
Absolutely.
And it helps to keep us from owning certain properties. So,
What's going on?
what's going on with that?
And
Stop.
that's a wrap.
Oh, yeah, we did say
Sincerely the
sincerely the
fam.
Sincerely the fam, baby.